Hello everyone, Speedrun here, and welcome to my fourth episode of ragnaCAST, your Ragnarok Online podcast series on my YouTube. On the other side of the line today, I have Stolao. Welcome, Stolao. Please let us know a bit about yourself.
Hello, I'm Stolao. I've been playing RO since 2006. I started making servers in 2008. I
Wow,
took a hiatus from like 2012 to 2016, where I started back up, became staff for our Athena. I released a bunch of code on for free, as well as help people in Discord. I'm sure you guys have seen me. And then I run my own server, Inheritor Online, with a bunch of custom classes and stuff like that. But
very cool. 2006. Wow, that's. I started playing Rag. I think it was 2007. And
okay.
yeah, it already coding by that time is impressive. Wow.
Uh, Saying coding is a very strong word. I made like item scripts and stuff like that for like servers I was playing.
What
Playing
was like
Ragnarok. But
if you face any very big challenge coding for this or yeah.
no, not really, because coding is just logic. Uh,
Yes.
so it's if you say the code out loud, it helps a lot.
Yeah.
Um, so like if SC blessing increase strength by value 2.
Mm-hmm.
And that's how you just read it out loud, and you can find errors easier that way. But yeah, I started off with like item scripts, like super basic stuff.
Mm-hmm.
As a what was I like? Yeah, high school student.
Yeah.
But I done coding before that. I did Visual Basics back in middle school, in like
Yes.
fifth and sixth grade. So
Oh, since we touched this subject, I want to know what language Ragnarok uses and what is your favorite actually coding language?
Ragnarok is essentially C, but we are slowly transitioning to C++. The Obviously we use LUA now for databases because it's more human readable.
Mm-hmm.
Other than that, yeah, and then obviously you have SQL for the back end,
Yeah.
which is now required, which is good.
It is
SQL is
very
not
good.
hard, so
Yeah, it
yeah,
is.
SQL is not hard. I remember back in the old TXT days.
When the
Yeah,
emulator transitioned from TXT to SQL, I was like, if I'm speaking something wrong, you correct me, please. But
yeah.
I remember it was really different before.
It was always SQL. There was an option to be TXT before. We got
Oh,
rid of the
I
option.
think it was Iatina, not Ratina, something like that.
Yeah, it was eAthena. I don't know if Arthena ever had TXT. I actually left. When I left, eAthena was still a thing. When I came back, eAthena was gone.
Yeah, didn't last
I
long.
came back and I joined eAthena staff. There were like two people on eAthena,
Mm-hmm.
and Yuffie, I'm sure you've seen his name as an old contributor.
Yeah,
Uh,
I
he convinced me
remember
to switch over to Arthena.
I remember X-ray something like that, but I was
Yeah,
at
yeah.
that time I don't speak English. It was crazy.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Okay. What motivates you to create Ragnarok Online scripts?
Uh, it was fun. I wanted to improve the game I was playing. Like obviously, I started off doing scripts for like servers I was playing on. So
Mm-hmm.
like I was playing Scythe RO, Ragnarok Revolution, RRO. What else? There's a couple other servers. I played like all the super high rates, all the mid low and mid rates.
Mm-hmm.
I played this game like a lot
I
as,
can
as a
imagine.
as a teenager
Yes.
in my early college
Yes. I
days.
was also like, I get home from school, like I just quick eat something and run to PC, and then like was a dial-up connection. So
Yep.
every weekend for sure I play a lot. Was because it was free connection at that time.
Uh huh.
uh,
Yeah.
yeah, uh, good times, good times. And let me see. What is the most difficult script you have ever developed for Ragnarok Online and why?
Okay, so this is a weird question for me. So the
Okay.
hardest script I ever worked on for my ability at the time
Mm.
would have been my EX Job Master. It's released on my Git. It's like the Final Fantasy Tactics, Final Fantasy V job system, basically.
Mm-hmm.
That was my first script release.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. So
The original draft was like 9,000 lines of code. The draft that
9,000 lines, and
yeah
then yeah.
the then was talking to Yuffie, um, and he told me about like functional programming and stuff like that. And so I figured out how to use functions, and I broke the script down from like 9,000 lines to like 500 lines.
Mm-hmm.
And I have a
Oh wow.
I have a new version on my. Let me pull up my code. Open
Yeah.
file location. I have a new
After
version on my
the
PC
yes.
that is properties. Uh, no wait, cancel. Open. The new version that's on my PC is 160 lines of code.
Okay. So you compressed it a lot.
Yes,
Just
yes.
is the knowledge makes you write with less lines, right?
Knowledge makes you write with less lines, but not it's not always best to write with less lines.
Okay.
There's a lot of situations where less lines is harder to read, and you want your code to be readable. Um, you can condense your code to like one line if you really wanted to. You don't need to put it on multiple lines,
Mm-hmm.
but that's not readable. Um, yeah, your code should be readable. Your variables should be names of words. Like instead of using .c, use count, stuff like that. So like
Uh,
if you come by and look at my script, you can understand it or understand most of it.
mm-hmm. Yeah. Did I already comment about your stream? Do you stream often, right?
No, you do not come. Yeah, I
Mm.
stream periodically. Sometimes I stream a lot. Other times I will not stream at all. I
Mm-hmm.
haven't streamed in like maybe 2 months.
Yes.
Um, but it's Stolao on
Yeah.
Twitch. And also I upload all my VODs to
Yes.
YouTube as well as post various things from my server as I'm working on stuff
Mm-hmm.
on YouTube as well. Also Stolao.
Yes. I have watched your stream before, so I will leave your Twitch link in the description if someone interested. I
Okay, sounds good.
suggest because it's very interesting. I saw one day
Yeah.
you were editing in Brow Edit 1 at the time, the get up, so then the PC goes up to the table. It was interesting. And then from that
Uh,
moment, I still don't know Brow Edit, by the way. And then I was like,
oh,
oh, and then you say, be careful, it's just very bug app.
yeah, yeah. I do not. The old Brow Edit is awful. Brow
It
Edit
is.
3 is really good. My brother also does mapping.
Mm-hmm.
So he does a lot of mapping for me and will like fix things and
Yeah.
stuff like that.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's a really old stream. That would have been me editing Alberta. That would have been like stream like 5 or something like that.
Yes.
That's a
After
yeah, that's a really old one.
after this call, I'm going to offer you one of my maps. Is okay?
Okay.
Because I
Yeah.
am soon to have a break from creating Ragnarok online content section. Anyway.
Yeah,
um,
it can be a little tiring to do this too long, but
yeah, it's like comes and back and forth all the time. I have breaks of 1 year sometimes, and then it's weird. It's like
uh,
waves.
yeah, no, I do the same thing. Like I will go a month without coding,
Hmm.
without coding RO stuff.
Yeah.
Um, I will also code just like randomly pick up Unity or Unreal and like make a game for a week. So
Hmm.
as a distraction.
My purpose was just to give back to the community instead of waste my knowledge into no news. So
That's
that's
why I
basically.
actually started streaming. Um,
Oh yeah, that's cool.
yeah, yeah. I originally like I answer if you have support questions and you go into my stream, ask. I will answer them.
Ah yes, I
Um,
remember that too. Yeah.
yeah, it's like I will always answer support questions on stream. As long as it's reasonable.
Yeah.
Like, don't ask me to code you a new class. Like, if you're here to learn, you're gonna get help. If you're here to be spoon fed, well, I'm not gonna spoon feed you. You're not gonna learn anything that way, and you're gonna end up keep asking for help. And
At
that doesn't.
least learn how to walk or ride your
Yeah.
bicycle first so you
Yep, yep.
can follow
Try.
what Stolao is teaching.
Yeah, try.
Yes.
If you try and you fail, you will learn. You have to
So,
try
all
though.
right, this is perfect for the next question. What is your suggestion for developers who are getting ready with scripts or learning and getting
Oh,
to
just
this? Yeah.
find something you want to make and make it. That's it. Don't if you and then ask people for advice. Like that's all you need to do. If you make something and it doesn't work, ask, hey, how can I do this? And if you can get it to work, then ask, hey, how can I improve this?
Mhm.
Now, and if you want to learn, though, you just do it. Just lots and lots of coding. The more you do it, the better you get at it. Read the documentation.
Mhm.
Like really read the documentation. There's a lot. We have a lot of information. We have things well kept up, well organized, well kept. Um,
Yeah, yeah. You guys got documents on the Git
mhm.
and everything. Yeah.
Yeah,
Now
slash docs
nowadays,
slash script command dot
yeah.
txt.
Nowadays, every is you have every information out there. Sometimes a simple Google line question can can
Yeah.
answer. Yeah.
Yeah. Sometimes you ask a question, like there's something you'll have to look up, and you cannot find the answers.
Yeah.
But if that's the case, you ask.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Uh,
Yeah, don't be afraid to ask, but also don't try
yeah.
try before you ask. That's usually my thoughts.
So you have like a large bag of experience during these
Yes, I've
years,
been.
and my next question is: you still learning something new on this?
I I still do learn new things every now and then. A lot of it's not like RO related, but so
Mm-hmm.
I do coding so much.
I
You're
see.
just always improving, always learning more. Re-optimizing your code.
Yeah.
Like, oh, let me go ahead and condense this bit of because I do a lot of source stuff as well. So I do custom classes and all that. But
Mm-hmm.
like, what was the one that was? I recently learned that you could link monster data through QuestDB. So you can link a monster
Mm-hmm.
and have it auto pull up somebody's Quest navigation UI and
Mm-hmm.
search for that monster.
Search
So
for
like when you
the.
yeah, so when you start a quest, it will just pull up the UI and here's your target. Here's where they spawn. Pick a location, go to it.
Oh wow! I think I
Yeah.
saw this actually. Yeah,
I think I posted a video on it.
it was a while
In
ago. I think. I'm not sure.
like 3 months ago, I think I
Yeah,
posted a video on
I
it.
saw this. Uh-huh.
Yeah.
In very nice stuff. And then you're like, you find out by accident or how was it?
Somebody mentioned it. Like one of my
Yeah,
players was writing a quest for me,
yeah.
and they put that in their like their doc because they didn't write the actual script or
Mm-hmm.
anything. They just wrote like the actual outline, and they put that. And I'm like, can I do that? And I like looked it up, and yeah, it's like turns out I can.
Mm-hmm.
Um, they didn't know
Yeah.
you could do it either. They just I was
This
like, this
is
would be
this
nice.
is so nice in Ratina because there's a lot of smart people and then like you learn things and
Hmm.
I keep reading. I would suggest people to go and once a day open your Ratina Discord and just see what people are talking. You will learn a lot there.
There's a lot of people that just post questions that are just simple. There's a lot. You'll see a lot of the same questions,
Mm-hmm.
and that's natural. That happens as people are newer.
Mm-hmm.
Newer people ask more questions than older people.
Yeah. I
But
think the same question, the basic one's been answered over 1,000 times. So
yeah,
you there's a search button there. Just
the
taking the
the Discord
chance.
search isn't very good though.
Yes. Ah, yeah.
So
All right. Are you happy with the direction that Ragnarok Online is getting since it became renewal?
renewal, I'm of
Or in
two minds on it.
general, like at some
I'm
point.
of two minds of this.
Yeah.
So pre-renewal locked itself. It had nowhere to go. They had
Yes.
to do something like renewal in order to progress and make the game more modernized. Um, I think they've gone too far into ARPG like Diablo and stuff like that. There's too much one-shotting. There's too much like that is my issue with the game.
Hmm.
It's too easy
What
to
it means AIRPG for those that
action RPG.
Okay.
RO is an action RPG.
Mm-hmm.
It's a 2.5D cell-based action RPG, but it's still an action RPG.
Okay.
But I like the slower pace game.
Mm-hmm.
Typically, the whole like, oh, you click a button, you kill everything on your screen. Yeah, I don't care for that. Like that's number go up. My like your lizard brain likes it, but as I've gotten older, I've liked it less and less.
Yes, I
Um,
agree with you. I mean, the damage, the destruction, everything. I mean, or
yeah, I mean when MVPs need a modifier that is they're taking 1/1000th of the damage they normally take in order to last long enough, last more than a few seconds.
yeah,
You need to look at things in the game. Like also the base game is also very pay to win. So
yes,
and I don't like that monetization style.
mm-hmm.
I'm all for cosmetics. Go full cosmetics, sure,
Mm-hmm.
but don't do pay to win
Yeah,
or
it,
FOMO. I don't like FOMO either. So
yeah, thirsty for
um,
money.
yeah, but that's modern gaming though.
Yeah,
That's not even a Ragnarok thing. That's a modern gaming issue.
yeah, the
Just
game
take a look at
mark. Yeah,
League of Legends, at fucking Valorant, at Overwatch, at WoW. Like, pick a game. It has this issue.
yeah. There was a wave of crypto games, and then seems like Ragnarok did something on the blockchain too. I'm not sure, but there was
Um, I don't remember if that was official or not. I remember
okay.
seeing something about it though.
Yeah, I was
Blockchain
not
makes no
sure.
sense. Blockchain does not belong in video games.
Mm-hmm.
Like the mechanics of blockchains are
Yeah,
just a database
yeah.
that doesn't have reversibility. So if I'm a GM
Mm-hmm.
and we use blockchain as our database instead of normal SQL, say you get cheated out of a million zenny, I can't refund that zenny to you because
Yeah.
I can't hit undo because that's on the blockchain now and that's part of the ledger.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, no, blockchain is a terrible idea. Same with NFT. NFTs don't belong in video games.
Yeah. I played before a game called Gods Unchained, and it's
Okay.
just crazy. I mean,
Yeah.
the whole system. Anyway, I don't want to get into that. I didn't say it's bad or anything. However,
Uh,
uh,
you know, I did. It's okay.
just to be safe, some people go crazy about it.
If you're into it, you're into it. Like the technology is really cool. It just does not belong in video games.
Mm-hmm.
That's my only issue.
Yeah.
But the technology itself is fucking awesome. Like blockchain makes a ton of sense in certain situations.
Mm-hmm.
It's just not being used in those situations. I don't think. A really good example would be where you need a ledger that's permanent. So like organizing shipping containers, like package mailing and stuff like this. Like
Yeah.
blockchain makes sense for those. But blockchain does not make sense for a video game, particularly with how people are using it. They're using it as essentially a SQL database, but worse, and that's not where it needs to be.
Yeah, interesting. I think you have a higher vision than me because you code and you can see something that I cannot see. I don't code at all, by the way. I just do designs.
Okay, okay.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, coding's not for everybody. I can't draw. I can't. I love map editing, but I don't like brow edit, so I never picked up map editing for RO.
Mm-hmm. Um, you are one of the Retina moderator, correct?
Yes, I am. I am Arthena moderator and developer.
Yeah. What?
Developer in quotes.
Okay. Yeah. I was going to ask what area you contribute the most over these years.
Uh, Honestly, very little. I end up contributing a lot to like just the general because we have a staff Discord, and I contribute to discussions mostly, but very little code wise. Every time I go pick up something to do, like I've picked up converting mob skill DB into YML. I've also picked up the production DB into YML as well. And I always get distracted with other things and never finish and end up like working on my server instead.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah.
I don't think
Sorry.
go ahead.
I want to break a little bit. Just one question, just to get out of Ragnarok Online a bit.
Yeah,
and
go ahead.
I want to know, you play any console, any games? What do you
Um,
think is
I
cool? Yeah.
I do. I have a PS4 sitting in front of me, underneath my desk, and then I play typically RPGs, with an occasional survival game.
Hmm.
Like I've been playing Valheim recently, Valheim, Minecraft, uh, replaying all the Final Fantasy games. Legend of
Oh,
Dragoon is my favorite JRPG of all time.
you
I'll
said
probably
you played all the Final Fantasy games. Which one took you the
no,
long? No.
a lot of them. Yes, I've not played all of them, but a lot of them.
Okay. Which
Um,
one took you the longest to get to the end?
I don't know. I don't usually keep track of that. I just kind of play.
Uh-huh. Yeah, you don't even
Um,
feel probably right. Like
I have
just
not played the remakes of Seven because I
uh-huh.
refuse to play a game released as an episodic.
Uh-huh.
When it's all out, I'll play it. Till it's all out, I'm not playing it.
Okay. I
Other
never
than that,
yeah,
I
I
think I played
never
all of
really
them.
play Final Fantasy actually. Just a little bit, but was like a RPG Maker kind of feeling stuff at that time. I like Chrono Trigger.
Chrono Trigger's really good. I have that on my PC as well. I haven't
Yeah.
finished that one.
Yeah. I finished the first ending, and then when I try to play again it glitches because it's in the emulator, not in the console. It was funny.
Oh, okay.
Anyway.
You can get it on Steam, by the way.
Oh, now it's on Steam. Everything's
Yeah,
back
it's
on.
on Steam. I bought it on Steam last year, and I was playing it on stream. I never finished it though because real life happened, and I just ended up not picking up the game back up. But
Yeah.
I would like to play that again sometime.
Yeah, so on your stream you not only do coding, right? You play games
Yeah,
and
I play video games, typically RPGs, typically JRPGs.
yeah.
Talk about game design stuff while I'm playing, and just like chit chat, hang out with people.
It's the
Um,
perfect place for game developers to go.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
I also like. I'll probably stream on my birthday again. Every year I stream on my birthday for like some game. I'm thinking of
Nice.
doing Legend of Dragoon again this year. That or
Uh-huh.
Final Fantasy 9. One of the two.
Yeah. Have you tried any horror games? No, you're more an
Hor-
RPG guy.
Horror games are boring for me.
Yeah.
I'm not easily scared, and a lot of them are just pop up.
Hmm.
They're not scary. They're just like, here, let me surprise you. That's
Yes.
that's
I don't like
that
that
doesn't do it.
either.
No,
Yeah.
that doesn't do it for me.
Me
Like,
too. I like watching people playing those, but I don't play it.
yeah,
S-
I want something that's actually scary, not something that's just, oh, I'm surprising you.
yeah,
And anybody can do that.
they scare you by it's a different scary thing, right? It's like
It's
something
startle, not scare.
oh yeah.
Yeah,
Okay, now
Mm,
maybe going back to Ragnarok. What is
yeah. What's up?
so special for you in Ragnarok that keeps you doing what you're doing for this long?
A lot of it is nostalgia. The game has a really good baseline, particularly pre-renewal.
Hmm.
But a lot of it is honestly nostalgia. Like I know the game really really well.
Hmm.
I've been playing it for fucking, excuse my language. I've been
It's
playing it
okay.
for 18 years.
Hmm.
Like
Yeah.
it's
I mean,
kind of hard not to enjoy a
actually
game after that long.
the player base is around similar age, 30 plus 30 to 40, between 30 and
Yeah,
40.
yeah.
I'm
Um,
not sure
there,
how
I
many new players joining often, but usually,
surprising. Okay, so obviously I run a server, so surprisingly more than you would think. Like probably once a month I get a player that's never played RO before.
hmm.
And I'm like, okay. And they'll pick my server up, which is
Yeah,
like incredibly customized.
yeah,
I I think the only things that are like official still are hit and flee.
yeah. Do
Yeah, hit and
you?
flee. I think everything else has been customized.
Eh, cool. I want to have a look. Anyway, I want to know if you're open to share your website or you prefer not to.
Oh, I don't mind.
Okay, I will put in the description so you don't need to actually say it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll link it to you.
Mhm. And let me see. There's two
I
more
have like
things.
4 websites that all linked to the same website. So
Mhm. Is there anything? Oh, cool. Thank you for sharing. And
yep, yep.
anything else you want to add to this conversation? Something that I didn't ask you, or um,
Uh, not that I can think of. Um,
or any questions for me?
you do mapping, right? Mostly,
Yes.
or
I I like to create content, so mapping was some, yeah, kind of. I did mapping for a while. I stopped about 3 months ago.
okay.
Um, and
And now
well,
you're doing
I
a
think I did
podcast.
enough. Sorry.
And I said, and now you're doing a podcast.
Yeah, now is the podcast. This is the fourth episode, and we'll have just one more.
Okay.
And I'll have one last content on Ragnarok before I end the uploading on this subject. I think I covered enough. I
Yeah.
also think I want to let the people research a little bit. So I could make videos like how to add items, how to add this, but I'm like,
you don't want to do too much hand holding in videos. If
yeah,
people rely on videos,
mm-hmm,
you're not going to learn as much.
exactly. They will
It,
learn
a,
a
a
few
lot
things,
of the
but
learning, like
yeah,
actual learning, is doing it yourself.
mm-hmm,
Like that is the best way to learn.
yeah.
Um,
Nowadays, so
which is why
much,
you need to have something you want to do. Like if you want to add something, just
yeah,
do it. Just you'll learn. Like
mm,
don't be afraid to make mistakes.
exactly,
There's a backup online. Just
yeah,
one thing I do suggest people learn is Git. Like learn how to make a Git and post your code on Git and manage your repository. That's one thing I do suggest people learn.
yes.
And it's
So,
almost a prerequisite because it will save you so much time down the line.
mm-hmm,
Not because it's actually useful for RO, but because it's just if you make a mistake or you want to
you
update,
can easily revert
you
to,
can easily revert and you can usually easily update your code.
mm-hmm,
If you do too much customization, you can run into conflicts, but
yeah.
by that time, hopefully you'll have a better understanding of how the code works.
Mm-hmm.
So
Oh, people ask me like what episode Ratina is at.
yeah, we're not an episode. We just do things as we do them. Like
Mm-hmm.
we have code for a lot of the episode stuff, but it's
Mm-hmm.
not 100%.
Yeah.
So
Okay, I see.
like I think we have files for episode 21 already,
Ah, okay.
but they're not even in the Git or anything like that yet.
Mm-hmm. I see. I see. Yeah. There, I was talking to. It's not yet live, but will be soon. I was talking to Chris,
Okay.
and then I was asking him how many items they release every month on updates, and seems like it's quite a lot.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
probably like 1,000, I'd say.
Yeah.
Like, it, maybe not quite that many a month, but like maybe a year they release 1,000 items. It's a lot.
It's a lot. And
Yeah,
then
and well, they'll
yeah,
also release 6 items of the same item.
same item 6 times.
Yeah, they'll release the same item 6 times, but they only with the stat variants. It's like
Uh-huh.
strength, int, dex, luck.
Yeah.
It's like we don't need that.
Yeah.
That's boring design. That's
Yes.
not my problem. Isn't that they're doing that? That is boring design.
You're
Like
wasting my kilobytes here. Yeah.
it's not even that they're wasting my space. They're wasting design space, which is
Mm-hmm.
keep keep it simple. Like that is a one of the things you should live by as far as like game design and stuff like that. Keep it simple, stupid. Kiss. Like that
Uh,
is
what is the rate from your server?
5x. It used to be 3x with a floating job master. I removed the floating job master because it had a bad it had a negative impact on how players actually played.
Uh-huh.
They would only play during the high rates.
Yeah.
So I went ahead and removed it and made
Makes
it a
total
5x
sense.
server.
Yeah.
Yeah. Uh, yeah, it created bad habits with players. That's all.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I'm a big fan of it. By the way, it's 5x, but it feels higher I have it's basically Gramps. It's custom, but it's basically the Gramps NPCs, uh, where there's 15 quests every week. Pop up. You have 7 days to do them.
Mm-hmm.
You can take them one. You can take one a day, and that gives you 3x experience of the monster's experience of what you would have gotten.
Mm-hmm.
So if you kill 150, and then that thing gives you 300 kills worth of experience. So basically, it turns it into a 15 times server if you use the bounty board.
Makes sense. Ah, cool, sweet.
Yeah.
All right. Think if there's anything else I would like to ask you
Uh,
though. Usually I
Not that I
turn
can think of.
usually I turn off the call and then I'm like, man, I should have asked this.
Hey, if you have more questions for me, by all means, you can
Uh,
just
no,
poke me again and
I think
ask me.
like I'm super. Oh yeah, I'm super like happy with all this conversation. I think it's interesting, and I wish people who like coding go to your Twitch. Is a very good place to be
Yeah.
as well.
Um,
I
my
want to say
next,
thank you.
when's this
Yeah.
video gonna post?
Mm?
When's
Sorry.
this video probably gonna drop?
What video?
Or not video? When's the podcast gonna drop? Sorry.
Ah, okay. This podcast will drop about this week.
This week? Okay.
As soon as possible, actually. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, because my
I
next
am
stream
to
will
finish.
probably be the 11th.
Ah, okay.
It is
I
no, no.
might
You
just
don't need
finish
to.
editing today, to be honest, because
If you do, you
yeah.
do. If not, you not. I can always um,
Oh,
do
here.
a stream
I want to
afterwards.
upload this latest tomorrow, but
Okay.
I'll try my best to upload it already today, actually.
Okay.
So
Yeah, I
maybe.
plan on streaming the 11th and probably the 13th
Hmm.
of this month. So
Okay,
I, I,
people.
I really want to get back into streaming again. I really enjoy streaming.
Hmm.
Just fun talking to people,
It
hanging
is
out.
fun. It is fun. I love streaming as well.
Yeah.
It's something that I
Um,
like.
yeah, it's hard to keep a schedule when
It
work
is
and real
hard.
life and
Yeah.
and girlfriend and like all
Hmm.
that stuff. And then obviously coding. I can't code or show everything I code on stream.
Of course.
Like I wrote a bunch of anti-bot stuff recently. Like I can't stream that
Oh yeah.
because
Anti-bot is a
also if
very interesting subject. I have a little one on my server that is like when you enter, pop there. Oh, there's a color of the monster or color of the text. Simple stuff.
yeah, yeah,
That
basic stuff. And
yeah,
then
but it's nice. I think it helps already. I'm not sure.
mine's a little bit more in depth than that.
Hmm.
I found a botter who is botting on my server, and I'm like, I know you're botting. Let me look at everything you're doing
Yeah.
and figure out how I can track botting. So that's what
Oh.
I've been doing.
Do
Uh,
you run Gpard or you don't need that?
oh no, Gepard doesn't do anything. Like you can get around it.
Hmm. Yeah, I believe so too. Either.
Yeah. Sorry about that.
No
Yeah,
worries. Hmm.
Gepard is a deterrent for people,
Hmm.
but it doesn't actually prevent. If people really want to cheat, they'll still cheat.
Yeah,
If
I
people
know.
really want to multi-client, they're gonna multi-client. You can,
They will. It's just
yeah,
like
there are ways around all of the checks. You just want to make things slightly more inconvenient. That's
mhm.
all it does. And if things are slightly inconvenient, people will not do it. Like even if the simple fact of disabling multi-client on your server,
Mhm.
like through the exe, that alone will stop most players from doing it.
Oh yeah. Yeah,
It
yeah.
won't stop all, but it will
But
stop most.
if you you mean because Gepard can control that, right? And I mean
Yeah.
can and cannot, I don't know. Because I have
Uh,
heard if you install in a different folder, maybe you can open two regexes. I'm not sure.
you that only works if you are running like baseline. If you run there is a diff on Nemo and Warp that is don't allow multi clients open at
Yes.
the same time.
Yeah.
That is enough to stop most people.
Oh yeah. But then
Gepard also has MAC address
mhm.
tracking as well as Yeah, MAC address and IP address tracking.
But why
Um,
do you see as a bad thing to have multiple regex? I think it's good, no?
no, I think it's bad.
You think
It
it's bad?
means you're artificially inflating your population. You are detracting from party play.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, like, why would somebody make a priest when you can just have a second character as a priest, second account as a
Yes,
priest?
yes,
Like
yes.
that, it pulls from the game. Like,
Mm-hmm.
and
Maybe
you want
for
to that's not you want to remove that need whenever possible. So
I see.
a buffer is one way of doing it. I'm against buffer. I use custom buffs instead
Yeah.
that stack with the priest buffs. Um, Lowering the duration of spells of buffs helps, because if buff is a short duration, then players need the second player, and if they can't have a second game open, then they'll have a second player with them.
Yes, they will.
Um,
They will.
and reward party play. Like,
Mm-hmm.
like
Yeah,
that's
of course.
those are the fundamentals. Like, some people are still going to solo. Like, don't get me wrong. Not everybody was going to party play. Not
Yes,
everybody is
some
going
people are
to
solo for sure. Yeah.
like, and I understand that.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, coughing.
Interesting. I had no idea about this. Interesting. A lot
Yeah,
of things.
I
I learned a lot in this call. Was
yeah. If you ever have questions about RO or coding, let me know. I'm more than happy to answer.
oh, thank you so much.
Um,
Yeah.
yeah, few server owners message me on a pretty regular basis, asking me about stuff. So,
Mm-hmm. I appreciate so
um,
much for that.
no
Um,
problem, no problem.
yeah, I guess I covered everything that I want and a bit more. I want to just say thank you so much for being part and to take your own time to come talk to me. Thanks, Stolao.
No problem, no problem, Firan.
All right, I'm staying here and see you guys. Bye bye.